Hello, my friends. Welcome to TingTink channel. I'm so happy you're here today. You know what? The moment you press play on this episode, you sent an important message to yourself. I want to improve. I want to change. But let me ask you a real question. Do you believe in yourself? Not just a vague hope. Not just, I'll try and see. I want you to have a true belief. A strong voice rising inside you that says, backhand index pointing right. I can learn English. I can get better every day. I will do it. And I can even do it really well. Many people study English, but are always trapped by negative thoughts. They tell themselves, I'm too old to learn. My brain isn't as sharp as others. Other people are smart, but I'll never be. These sentences may sound small, but they are invisible chains. They tie you down, stopping you from moving forward. They make you quit before you even begin. Imagine this. A small seed falls on dry, poor soil. No matter how much potential that seed has, it can hardly grow. But if the seed falls on rich, fertile soil, it will sprout, rise high, and one day become a strong green tree. Seedling belief is your soil. If the soil is fertile, your English will bloom. If the soil is barren, you will stay stuck. There's a little story I want to share. A woman over 50 once came to me. She said, Teacher, I think it's too late for me to learn English. I asked her, Do you want to talk with your grandchild living in the US? She nodded, and her eyes lit up. We started with the simplest sentences. At first, she made a lot of mistakes, but she didn't quit. 6 months later, she made a video call with her grandchild in English. The child smiled, she cried. At that moment, she realized that what held her back wasn't age, but her own limited belief. Belief doesn't mean you'll be good tomorrow. Belief means you know for sure you won't give up. You'll take step after step, and you'll harvest the results. So right now, I want you to place your hand on your chest and whisper to yourself, Sparkles, I can learn English. I can improve every day. I will do it, and I will do it very well. Feel the energy in those words. That is the very first key, the foundation for all other skills. Remember this. Your belief shapes your future. Your belief is the soil where your English will grow. My friends, now that you have belief, the next step is incredibly important. Motivation. Belief is like fertile soil, but motivation is the water and sunlight that help the seed grow. Without sunlight, without water, the plant will wither. And without motivation, your English learning will also die out. Let me ask you a very simple but extremely important question. Backhand index pointing right, why are you learning English? Answer honestly. Don't answer vaguely. Don't just say, because I need to. What do you need? What do you want? What truly makes your heart beat faster? Some people learn to get better jobs and higher pay. Some learn to study abroad, to go far, to open new horizons. Some learn because they want to travel and talk with foreigners. And some learn simply because they love the language. They enjoy its sound, its culture, the way English connects the whole world. Direct hit when you know your reason clearly. Your motivation becomes a burning fire in your mind. I remember a student once told me, Teacher, I want to learn English so my mom can be proud of me. My mom has never left our hometown, but she always dreams that I can study abroad. Every time he felt tired, every time he wanted to quit, he remembered his mother's hopeful eyes. And those eyes gave him strength to continue, day after day, hour after hour. In the end, he won a scholarship to Canada. See, the reason doesn't need to be huge for the world, but it must be huge for you. It must be strong enough to make you stand up even when everything seems against you. Imagine two people running a marathon. One thinks, I run because others told me I should. The other thinks, I run to prove that I can finish something I once thought impossible. Who will run farther? Who will push through the pain and exhaustion? Of course, the second one, because they have a real reason. Pushpin, now I invite you to do something small. Take a piece of paper and a pen and write down your reason. Don't just keep it in your head. Write it down and put it where you can see it every day. On your desk, on your mirror, or even on your phone. Belief doesn't mean you'll be good tomorrow. Belief means you know for sure you won't give up. You'll take step after step, and you'll harvest the results. So right now, I want you to place your hand on your chest and whisper to yourself, Sparkles, I can learn English. I can improve every day. I will do it, and I will do it very well. Feel the energy in those words. That is the very first key, the foundation for all other skills. Remember this. Your belief shapes your future. Your belief is the soil where your English will grow. My friends, now that you have belief, the next step is incredibly important. Motivation. Belief is like fertile soil, but motivation is the water and sunlight that help the seed grow. Without sunlight, without water, the plant will wither. And without motivation, your English learning will also die out. Let me ask you a very simple but extremely important question. Backhand index pointing right. Why are you learning English? Answer honestly. Don't answer vaguely. Don't just say, because I need to. What do you need? What do you want? What truly makes your heart beat faster? Some people learn to get better jobs and higher pay. Some learn to study abroad, to go far, to open new horizons. Some learn because they want to travel and talk with foreigners. And some learn simply because they love the language. They enjoy its sound, its culture, the way English connects the whole world. Direct hit. When you know your reason clearly, your motivation becomes a burning fire in your mind. I remember a student once told me, Teacher, I want to learn English so my mom can be proud of me. My mom has never left our hometown, but she always dreams that I can study abroad. Every time he felt tired, every time he wanted to quit, he remembered his mother's hopeful eyes. And those eyes gave him strength to continue, day after day, hour after hour. In the end, he won a scholarship to Canada. See, the reason doesn't need to be huge for the world, but it must be huge for you. It must be strong enough to make you stand up even when everything seems against you. Imagine two people running a marathon. One thinks, I run because others told me I should. The other thinks, I run to prove that I can finish something I once thought impossible. Who will run farther? Who will push through the pain and exhaustion? Of course, the second one, because they have a real reason. Pushpin, now I invite you to do something small. Take a piece of paper and a pen and write down your reason. Don't just keep it in your head. Write it down and put it where you can see it every day. On your desk, on your mirror, or even on your phone. And when you feel tired, when you want to quit, look at that paper. It will remind you, this is why I started. This is why I cannot stop. Remember this. Motivation is the fire that keeps you walking forward, even when the road feels long and hard. My friends, we've talked about belief, the fertile soil and motivation, the fire that pushes you forward. But there's another element, extremely important: patience. Many people start learning English with explosive excitement. They want to be fluent in just 1 month. They want to watch Hollywood movies without subtitles after 2 weeks. But when results don't come as fast as they expect, they feel disappointed and slowly quit. Backhand index pointing right. Remember, English is not a magic pill you swallow to be fluent instantly. It's like planting a tree. You plant a seed today. Tomorrow you can't expect fruit. You must water it every day, patiently wait. Let sunshine and time do their work. This week you may see nothing. Next month maybe just a tiny sprout. But if you stay patient, 1 year later you'll stand under the shade of a tree you planted with your own hands. Seedling English is the same. Results come slowly, but surely. I remember a young student told me, "Teacher, I've studied 3 months, but I still can't speak like a native." I smiled and asked, "Can you run a marathon after 3 months of training? Can you play piano like a master after a few weeks?" He laughed and shook his head. And I said, "English is also a journey. Don't expect sweet fruit tomorrow. Be patient and take care of the tree every day." Pushpin, think of it this way. Every day you study English, you lay 1 brick. 1 brick seems like nothing, but after a year you'll have a strong wall. After a few years, you'll have an entire house. And the miracle is, when you're patient, one day you'll look back and be surprised. Wow, have I really come this far? Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself today with yourself 3 months ago. You'll see the difference. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with this journey. Because the truth is, every lasting skill requires time. Remember this. Fast learning is not real learning. Slow, steady learning is the kind that stays with you for life. Imagine this. If a child fell the first time they tried to walk and decided, well, walking is not for me, then no one on this planet would ever walk. The simple truth we often forget. Falling is part of standing strong. And in English learning, this is truer than ever. Many adults are afraid of mistakes. When they speak English, they fear being laughed at, judged, so they stay silent. But you know what? Because of silence, they never correct their mistakes. Only action, making mistakes and fixing them, opens the path to progress. I once had a student named Han. In her first class, she could barely open her mouth. When I asked her questions, she answered in short, broken sentences, blushing the whole time. But I noticed something special. Her writing was pretty good. It was only speaking that made her nervous. So I gave her a challenge. Every day, she had to intentionally make 10 mistakes. Yes, that's right. But the goal wasn't to be correct. The goal was to dare to be wrong. The result was amazing. After 3 weeks, Han laughed more, spoke more, and began noticing her own mistakes. She told me, "I've never felt mistakes could make me this confident. I fall, but the next time I walk stronger." Here's the secret. Mistakes are the most honest mirror. They show you what you lack. Without mistakes, you don't know what to fix. It's like GPS. Only when you take the wrong road does it tell you to turn back. So don't see mistakes as the end. See them as signposts. Every time you say a word wrong, every time you forget grammar, that's when your brain memorizes deeper. Children learn to speak the same way. They babble wrong hundreds of times, and because of that, one day they speak a perfect sentence. I want you to remember this. Mistakes don't kill learning. Silence kills learning. If you're studying English, allow yourself to fall many times. Fall and stand up. That's the only way to truly walk steadily on the road of mastering a language. See each mistake as a free teacher, and be proud. If today you make more mistakes than yesterday, tomorrow you'll be better than today. Do you know the biggest secret that makes English learners progress faster than 95% of others? It's not studying for hours non-stop. It's not some fast learning method. It is consistency. Think about brushing your teeth. It only takes 2 to 3 minutes a day, but you never skip it. If you forget one day, you feel uncomfortable right away. Then why do so many people learn English in bursts? Studying a lot for 1 week, then quitting for a whole month. The sad truth is that those bursts don't bring long-term results, because the brain needs consistent repetition to build new connections. Learn a word today. Maybe you remember it for now, but if you don't review tomorrow or the next day, it will vanish. Like a fire without more wood, it dies out. Look at successful people in any field. Athletes, artists, entrepreneurs. They all share one thing. They keep repeating one small act every day. Not much, but never quitting. That's what creates huge strength. With English, you also only need 10 to 15 minutes daily. Instead of watching a 2-hour movie with subtitles, listen to a short dialogue and repeat it. Instead of memorizing 100 words, learn 5 words and use them in your sentences. The key is not how much you study, but how long, how consistently. I remember one student who always complained she had no time. Then she decided to try consistency. Every morning, while making coffee, she played a 5-minute English podcast. At first, she barely understood anything. But after just 3 months, she realized her ears were getting used to it. Now, when listening to colleagues, she wasn't confused anymore. The magic is, consistency not only makes you better, but also builds your belief. Every day you complete one small task, your brain records, I did it. That little win keeps you from giving up. So instead of asking, how can I learn fast? Ask, what can I do every day, even just 5 minutes, to move closer to natural English? Like drops of water falling on stone, day after day, they carve a mark. Your strength doesn't come from one explosive day, but from steady, never-ending consistency. Backhand index pointing right so. Choose one small habit today. Stick to it, and you'll surprise yourself with progress you once thought impossible. If discipline and consistency are the backbone, then joy and motivation are the heart of your English journey. Without joy, learning becomes a burden. Without motivation, you'll easily quit halfway. This is why so many people study for years but never get good. They see English only as a tough subject instead of a fun part of life. Think back to when you did something you truly loved. Playing a game, listening to music, watching your favorite movie. Did you lose track of time? That's called flow. When you're so immersed that it doesn't feel hard. If you bring that into English, progress will come naturally and lightly. One simple trick is to turn English into a game. For example, challenge yourself. Today I'll learn 10 new words and use them in a short story. Or set a goal like, I'll listen to one English song and write down the lyrics I catch. These little challenges are like game levels. They give you achievement, which keeps your motivation alive. Also, connect English to your passions. Love cooking? Watch cooking videos in English. Love soccer? Follow international sports channels. When learning ties to your hobbies, English no longer feels foreign. It becomes the door to more joy. Don't forget rewards. After each small step, give yourself something nice. A relaxing coffee, your favorite movie, or simply writing down your achievement with pride. Rewards make you happy and also stamp into your brain. Learning English is a positive experience. Finally, find a community. With friends learning together, you gain more energy. Every time you want to quit, someone will say, "Come on, let's keep going." Group motivation is much stronger than you think. In short, joy and motivation don't come by themselves. They're created step by step, by connecting learning with your hobbies, turning challenges into games, and building a positive environment. When you learn with joy, English is no longer a hard subject, but an inspiring journey. That's how you go far without feeling tired. Here's a truth few people say. You can learn thousands of words, finish hundreds of grammar drills, but if you don't connect with real people in real situations, your English will stay on paper. Language was born for communication, for people to understand each other, to connect, to create value together. So the final step is not just learning in your room, but bringing English into the real world. Start with the smallest connections. You can join an online group where everyone practices speaking for 15 minutes a day. You can find a partner through a language exchange app. They teach you English, you teach them Vietnamese. Or simply message a coworker or old friend. Shall we try texting in English? These small steps breathe life into your English, turning it from a school subject into a life skill. The amazing part is, once you apply English in real life, your progress multiplies. For example, you listen to an English podcast, then retell it in English to your friend. You write a Facebook post in English and accept a few mistakes. You go for coffee with friends, and the rule is English only. These experiences may scare you at first, but this imperfection is the real classroom. You'll realize people don't laugh when you make mistakes. Most are excited that you tried and shared. Another important truth: real life teaches you more than books. You may learn conditional grammar in books, but when talking to a native speaker, you'll see they speak naturally, shorter, more emotionally. That contact trains you to be flexible, quick to react, to stop translating in your head. You start thinking directly in English. Connection and practice also give you a huge reward. You feel English is useful in your life. Writing work emails, you see your career opening wider. Talking to a tourist, you feel confident and warm inside. Making a friend across the world, you realize English isn't just knowledge, it's a bridge between two distant lives. Remember, the final goal is not a 9.0 IELTS score, but a richer life thanks to English. Every time you step out, every time you connect, you're writing a new chapter in your growth story. English stops being a burden and becomes your companion. In work, in travel, in friendships. And only in those real-life connections does your English journey become complete. You've walked with me through all 7 parts, from understanding the problem, building foundations, forming habits, creating systems, overcoming fear, finding joy, to real-life connections. Each part is like a puzzle piece. And now, looking back, the full picture appears. Learning English is not just about memorizing words, doing exercises, or taking tests. It's a new lifestyle, a journey of self-growth. Imagine, a few months from now, you turn on a Hollywood movie and realize you don't need subtitles anymore. You smile as you understand every joke, every line. Or one day, you stand in front of a foreign guest, and instead of being nervous, you feel calm. You open your mouth, and words flow naturally. That's the moment you know, I have truly changed. This road never ends. Every new word you learn, every conversation you join, is like another step on a staircase going upward. But here's the special part. There's no final step. English can always grow wider, deeper, more interesting. So instead of thinking, when will I finish? Think, what step forward did I take today? And the most important thing, you are not alone. Millions of learners around the world are also walking this road. When you feel tired, remember, somewhere, someone else is opening a book, listening to a podcast, or typing on a keyboard just like you. Let this invisible connection give you energy. If I could leave you with one final message, it would be this. Backhand index pointing right. Don't chase perfection. Chase small progress every day. One new word you remember, one sentence you speak, one time you dare to open your mouth. All of it counts. Like a seed planted in the soil, it doesn't sprout immediately. But with time, light, and care, it grows into a strong tree. Your English journey is the same. So when you close the final page of this series, don't think, I'm done learning. Instead, see it as the first door opening, a door leading to a vast world, where you can connect, learn, explore, and grow. Not just in English, but in your entire life. I wish you strength on this journey. And remember, I will always believe that you can.